Hey yogis, it's Dee again. I'm here to practice with you today a 60-minute Vinyasa, working towards a peak pose of Birds of Paradise. So take your time. Remember, as always, this is your practice. Take rest as you need and play, explore, and learn something new. We'll begin our practice in Shavasana. So just lying on your back, taking a few moments to connect with your breath. And just letting go of your day thus far as you allow the next 60 minutes just for you. We'll start to deepen the breath, taking a rich inhale through the nose, filling the belly. And open the mouth, exhale through the mouth, side out. Inhale through the nose, fill the belly. Exhale, side out. Inhale, last one. Exhale, side out. Continuing to breathe, perhaps coming into Ujjayi Pranayama, inhaling and exhaling through the nose. And as you do so, just constricting the air through the back of the throat, warming up the body and calming the nervous system. This is an audible breath, similar to ocean waves crashing against the shore. And know that you can continue this breath throughout your practice as a way to ground yourself and be present in the moment. We'll take 3 more slow breaths in and out through the nose. If you'd like to set an intention for your practice, you can take a moment to do so now. And then repeat that mantra or that word again and again like a mantra, sealing it in. And we'll slowly start to take some movements in the fingers and the toes. And then drawing some circles through the wrists and the ankles. And reverse. We'll draw the legs together. Inhale, float the arms up, reach up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, soften the arms overhead, palms facing up. We'll take a nice long stretch. Point the toes, reach the fingers. Inhale. Exhale and soften. Inhale, stretch and reach. Maybe reaching opposite fingers and toes. And exhale, soften. Inhale, stretch and reach, opposite fingers and toes. And exhale to soften, bend the knees, draw the knees to the chest, hands find the shins. We'll take a few rocks from side to side. We'll start to gently open the eyes, fluttering them open. We'll pause and center. Begin to press the knees into the chest. Draw the chin to the chest and press the tailbone down. Take 3 breaths here. Release the knees and draw the hands to the knees. We'll start to take some circles here, using your breath as you inhale, circle wide. Exhale, draw the knees into the chest. Big toes stay connected. And you can draw little or big circles, do what feels good through the hips. Just starting to warm up the body. We'll pause and center and reverse your circles. And pause and center. Begin to extend the legs high, almost as though you're standing on the ceiling. Activate through the toes, press them back to the shins. Hands can find the backs of the thighs, the calves, or peace fingers on the big toe. Send the tailbone down, soften the shoulders. It's a gentle lengthening through the back body. And release the grip. Float the fingertips behind the ears. We'll start to warm up with our core series. Taking a breath in. As you exhale, begin to lift the chest. Pause here and hold. Continuing to breathe. Squeeze and lift a little higher if you can. Chin stays lifted from the chest. Elbows stay wide. Squeeze and lift. Squeeze and lift. Soften down, reset. Take a breath in. Exhale to lift the chest. Inhale, reach the fingertips towards the toes. Exhale and pulse. 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 Beautiful. Continue to lift. Pulse and lift. Chin stays lifted from the chest. For 3, 2, and 1. Reset. Soften the body down. Fingertips find the ears. Take a breath in. Exhale, lift the chest. Inhale, center. Exhale to twist. Right arm extends outside of that left thigh. We're going to pause here for 3, for 2, and 1, and pulse for 3. 3, 2, and 1. Inhale to center. Exhale, stay lifted if you can. Inhale. Exhale, twist. Extend that left arm, holding for 3, 2, and 1. Pulse for 3, 2, and 1. Stay lifted through center. 1 more each side. Exhale to twist. Hold for 3, 2, and 1. Pulse for 3, 2, and 1. Inhale to center. Stay lifted if you can. Option to lower. Exhale to twist. Extending that left arm. Hold for 3, for 2, and 1. Pulse for 3, 2, and 1. Inhale to center. Exhale to soften knees to chest. Gentle rocks from side to side. Reset. Extend the legs. Activate through the toes. Fingertips to ears. Breath in. Exhale to lift the chest. Staying lifted here, we'll slowly start to lift up through the hips and rock back. Exhale, press the hips up. Beautiful. Option to lower the head and neck if that feels better. Continuing to lift. Pressing the feet behind the body. Three more. And 1. Soften the body, knees to chest, gentle squeeze. And then hands find the backs of the thighs. We'll rock and roll north and south on our mats, taking a good 5 or 6 rocks, creating enough momentum to arrive in our boat pose in Navasana. So balancing on your sits bones. Hands can stay connected here if this feels good, or option to lengthen it through the arms, reaching the arms overhead, or even extending through the legs. So choose your option which works for you. We'll hold for 3 more breaths. Crisscross the ankles, plant the hands. We'll make our way to tabletop, hands and knees for cat-cow. Inhale, fill the belly, lift the chest, look up. Exhale, round the spine, tuck the chin, mad cat. Inhale to lift, look up. Exhale to round. We'll take 3 more cat-cows. Go at your pace, maybe even closing the eyes, starting to connect the breath with your movement. And then we'll meet in our tabletop neutral pose. Take a breath here. And then tuck the toes, send the hips up and back, find downward facing dog. We'll pedal out our down dog. Inhale, float that right leg high to the sky. 3-legged dog, bend the knee, open up through the hip. Stay squared off here, pressing weight equally into both hands. Gentle opening through the hips. Press the chest back towards the thighs. And then soften that right leg down. Inhale, float the left leg high, bend the knee, open up. Press the body back towards the thighs, pressing equally into both hands. And then soften that left leg down, come back to tabletop. Find hands and knees. Take a breath in, float the right fingertips high to the sky, open up through the chest, look up, take a breath. On your next exhale, sweep that right hand through, thread the needle, hover here. Inhale to float up, open up through the chest. Exhale to sweep, hover. Inhale up, last one. Exhale to sweep. Soften the right shoulder down to your mat, right ear, and release. Option with that left hand, extending it to the top left corner of your mat, or taking that half bind, hand finds the low back, palm facing up. Take 3 breaths. Releasing the bind, plant the left hand, inhale, float the right fingertips up, open up. Exhale, tabletop. Inhale, left fingertips float high. Exhale to sweep the arm through, thread the needle, hover here. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, thread the needle. Last one, inhale. Exhale to sweep. Soften the left shoulder, soften the left ear. Same option here, taking the same version on this side. Balance the body. 3 breaths. Release the bind, planting that right hand in front of the face. Inhale, left fingertips float up. Exhale, tabletop. We'll take a couple of cat-cows, just neutralizing the spine. And come back to tabletop, tuck the toes, find your downward facing dog. Send the hips up and back. We'll pause in stillness for 3 breaths. Inhale to come high into the toes, rounding through the back body, rolling forward, find plank pose. Inhale. As you exhale, send the hips back, downward facing dog. Inhale, high on the toes, round through the back body, find plank. Inhale. Exhale, send the hips back. One more. Inhale, round forward, find plank. Exhale to down dog. Inhale, high in the toes, look forward. Begin to tiptoe forward. Find ragdoll pose, hang heavy. Bend the knees, allowing the belly to rest on the thighs. Option to take opposite elbows here, gently rock from side to side. Keeping that bend through the knees, let's unwind nice and slow, one vertebrae at a time. Meeting in Tadasana, mountain pose. Roll the shoulders down and back, soften the hands away from the body. Inhale to sweep the arms up, palms connect. Exhale, bend and bow all the way down. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Bend the knees, unwind, ragdoll style all the way up. Inhale, palms connect. Exhale, hands to heart center. Again, inhale, sweep up. Exhale, bend and bow. Halfway lift, hands to shins. Exhale, soften. Bend the knees, sweep the arms. Exhale, hands to heart center. And we'll continue to flow here. Inhale, float up, palms connect. Exhale, bend and bow. Hands to shins, halfway lift. Exhale to fold, bend the knees. We'll step it back to our plank. Modified version, drop the knees down. Inhale to float forward. As you exhale, slowly lower all the way to the belly. Inhale, press up, baby cobra. Tops of the feet stay connected, little to no weight in the hands. Exhale to soften, tuck the toes, press up through tabletop. Send the hips up and back, find downward facing dog. Pedal it out. Modified version for our first few rounds. And as we continue to flow, you can choose your vinyasa, which version you would like to do. Option always to skip it. We'll always meet back in this downward facing dog. Inhale to roll forward, find your plank. Modified, drop the knees, float forward, exhale, soften down. Inhale, press into the hands, tops of the feet, cobra pose. Exhale to soften. Making your way through tabletop or tuck the toes, press in, stiff as a board, lift up to plank. Exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale, high in the toes, round through the body. Find your plank pose. This time we'll stay lifted if you can. Or going through one of those previous versions, inhale forward. As you exhale, slowly lower, elbows hug beside the body, pause, chaturanga. Inhale, flip the toes, press it up. Full upward facing dog. Exhale, roll over the toes, press the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Take 3 breaths. Inhale high into the toes, look forward. We'll step forward to the top of the mat. Inhale to half lift, hands to shins. Exhale, soften, bend the knees, sweep the arms up, palms connect. Exhale, hands to heart center. We'll pause here for a breath. Inhale, sweep the arms. Exhale, bend and bow. Hands to shins, inhale. Exhale, soften. Plant the hands, bend the knees. Let's step it back with that right foot. Right knee softens. We'll find low lunge. Release the toes, soften the hips. Two more breaths. And then start to shift the weight back. Find half split, coming high onto the front heel. So option is to be a little bit more lifted through the body here. One more breath. And then we'll flow. Inhale, float forward into that low lunge. As you exhale, soften the hips back. Inhale, float forward, low lunge. Exhale, half split. Continuing to move at your pace, working with your breath. We'll take 2 more flows in and out, front and back. Coming forward, tuck the back toes, lift that back knee. As you're ready, step that left foot back. Find downward facing dog. Inhale to float forward. We'll take our flow, either modified version or the full flow if you're ready. Taking your time. Pause in your downward facing dog. From down dog, right leg lifts high. Bend the knee, we'll step it forward in between the hands. Soften that left knee down, release the toes. We'll take a few breaths in our low lunge. Soften the shoulders. Take 2 more breaths here. And then start to send the hips back, coming high onto that front heel. Find half splits. So option to be a little lower if you have more flexibility through the back of the thigh, or lifting up through the chest. Maybe you have some blocks to help support you in this posture. And 2 more breaths, and then we'll flow. Inhale to float forward, low lunge. As you exhale, soften back, half split. So go at your own pace. We'll take about 5 flowing breaths here. From low lunge, plant the hands framing the front foot, tuck the toe, lift the knee, step that right foot back, this time to plank. Inhale to float forward, exhale, lower, chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing dog. Roll over the toes, find downward facing dog. Inhale, come high on the toes, look forward, bend the knees, step or hop, top of the mat. Inhale to lift halfway. Exhale, soften. Bend the knees, sweep the arms up, palms connect. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, bend and bow. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to soften, bend the knees, step it back, right foot. Leg stays lifted this time around. Inhale, sweep the arms up, find crescent lunge. We'll pause in our crescent lunge, soften through the shoulders. Start to tuck the pelvis under, draw the ribs in, starting to engage through our center, our core. Take a breath in. As you exhale, begin to shift the body forward. Beautiful. Breath in here. Exhale, shift the arms back. Airplane arms. Lift up through the triceps. We'll inhale to float forward. Exhale, lean forward. Breath in. Exhale, sweep the arms. Inhale to rise. Exhale, shift forward. Inhale. and lift. Beautiful. Soften the hands down, framing that front foot. Step it back to plank. Take your flow. Inhale, float the right leg. Step it through. Inhale up, find crescent lunge, other side. Pause here. Find that stability through the feet. Take a breath. Exhale, start to shift forward. Sweep the arms back. Inhale to rise. Exhale, shift forward. Sweep the arms. Sweep up. Last one. Soften down. Step it back to plank. Take your flow. Inhale, come high on the toes, look forward, bend the knees, step or hop. Inhale to half lift. Exhale to soften. Bend the knees, sweep the arms up, palms connect. Exhale, hands to heart center. Pause here for a breath. Inhale, sweep the arms. Exhale, bend and bow. Halfway lift. Pause here. Lengthening out through the back body. Draw the shoulders away from the ears. On your exhale, soften down. Bend the knees, step it back. Right away this time, we'll find warrior two. Right arm circles up. And then we'll pause in our warrior two. Just take a moment, set up. Find that strength and stability through the legs. Hands to the low back. We'll take a bind here, clasping the fingers together. Inhale to grow tall. As you exhale, soften down. Left elbow or left knee and left shoulder connect. Find humble warrior. Option to lift up through the hands, opening up through the chest and the shoulders. Pause here for a few breaths. Release the bind. Inhale, back up, warrior two. Front elbow to knee connect. Sweep that right arm over. Find extended side angle. Option to look down towards your mat or up towards your top thumb. Inhale to warrior two. Cartwheel the hands, framing that front foot. Step it back to your plank. Inhale forward and exhale, soften down. Pedal it out. Inhale, right leg high. Step it forward right away. Find warrior two. Take a moment, find that grounding down through the feet. Gaze forward. Hands to the low back. Take a bind here, clasping the fingers together. Reach them down towards your tailbone. Inhale to grow tall through the spine. As you exhale, soften the body down. Right shoulder and knee connect. Humble warrior. Option to stay here or sweep the arms overhead, opening up. Release the bind, press it up, warrior two. Front elbow and knee connect, sweep the left arm overhead, extended side angle pose. Inhale to warrior two. Cartwheel the hands, framing that front foot. Step it back to your plank. Take your flow. Inhale, come high on your toes, look forward. Bend the knees, step or hop. Inhale to lift halfway. Exhale to fold. Bend the knees, sweep the arms up, palms connect. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take a few breaths. Feeling that prana, that life energy as your heart's beating in your chest. Great time to grab a drink. Pause for a breath. Inhale, sweep the arms up, palms connect. Exhale, bend and bow. Hands to shins, half lift. Exhale, fold, bend the knees, step it back, right foot, right away, warrior two. This time we'll take a half bind, right hand to the low back. Sweep the left arm up. Exalted warrior. Inhale, find warrior two. Coming high onto that back toe, sweep the arms forward, find crescent lunge. We'll pause here in our crescent lunge, sweep the arms to the low back for reverse prayer. So palms connect here, pinkies to the back, press the chest, open it up. If this is too much, option to take opposite. Fingers here, right elbow up, left hand to a low bind. One more breath. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, soften down. Step it back to plank, take your flow. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, step it through. Right away, find warrior two. Taking that half bind, left hand to the low back, right arm sweeps up. Exalted warrior. Inhale to warrior two. And then coming high on that back toe, transitioning in to our crescent lunge. Option to come back into that reverse prayer, or taking cow face arms, left hand to the right shoulder, right arm half bind. Choose your option, whichever works for you. One more breath. Release your bind. Inhale. Soften the hands down, frame the front foot, step it back to plank, take your flow. Take 3 breaths in down dog. Inhale, come high on the toes, look forward, step or hop, top of the mat. Inhale to half lift and exhale, soften down. Bend the knees, sweep the arms, come all the way up. Palms connect, hands to heart center. Inhale, sweep. Exhale, bend and bow. Halfway lift. Exhale, soften, bend the knees, step it back, right foot. Plant that back foot, sweep it up, find warrior two. We're gonna come into a little flow, side angle to exalted warrior. Bend the elbow, connect to the knee, sweep the arms up, inhale. Exhale to warrior two. Half bind, exalted warrior. Exhale, warrior two. Continuing, working with your breath, flowing through these postures. We'll take one more. Pause in warrior two, and then begin to soften that left hand down, perhaps maybe to a block or to the mat. Find a deep, rich bend in that front knee. Top hand stays lifted. Or option here, take that right hand to the low back, half bind. Pressing hard through that back edge of the pinky foot. Maybe that left hand circles around, taking this bind here. Maybe your fingertips connect. Or maybe you're just hanging on to your clothes, wherever you can kind of get that grip. Soften here and maybe open up through the chest. Release the bind, open up. And then we'll slowly soften that right hand down. Start to heel toe that left foot out to the edge of your mat. We'll find lizard pose. Option to lower the knee, releasing, getting a little stretch. One more breath. Lift that back knee, step the left foot back, find your plank, take your flow. Right leg lifts high to the sky, step it through right away. We'll find warrior two. Coming into our flow, float that right arm forward, press the left arm overhead, side angle. Exhale, warrior two. Flip the palms, exalt. Warrior two. We'll take two more flowing breaths here, floating in and out. Pause here. Start to soften that right arm down to block or the mat. Left hand can take that half bind to the low back. Maybe start to draw that right arm, the shoulder, squeezing in towards the thigh, working towards the fingers. Maybe you get that connection. Maybe we're just hanging on to your clothing, and then start to open up through the chest. One more breath. Soften that hand down, open up the left arm, and then soften the left hand down to the mat. Come high on the back toes. Start to heel toe that right foot out. Option to lower the left knee. Lizard pose. We'll take one more breath. Lift the knee, come high in the toes, step that right foot back to plank, and we'll take our vinyasa. Inhale, come high on the toes, look forward, step or hop. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale to soften. Bend the knees, sweep the arms, palms connect. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale. And exhale, bend and bow. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to soften. Bend the knees, right foot steps back. Find warrior two. Half bind, exalted warrior. Inhale to warrior two. Exhale, side angle pose. And then start to soften that left hand down. Right fingertips reach up. Taking that right hand to the low back, half bind. Sink a little deeper. And then see if you can draw that left hand behind, circling, looking for that connection to the hands, or maybe to the clothing, wherever you can hang on. Open up through the chest. And then we'll start to get light on that back toe. Start to hop forward. Right foot comes to the top of your mat. Both feet are facing forward. We're keeping that bind around the left leg. Start to shift the weight over to the right foot, coming high onto the left toes. Draw breath in. As you exhale, squeeze the belly in. Start to press up through that right foot. Keeping the bind. Maybe you stay here. Maybe you just stay lifted onto those left toes. If you're here, option to extend that left leg long. Press and point the toe. Find your drishti. Beautiful. And then soften down. Bend the knees. Return that left foot down to the mat. Keep your bind. And let's walk it back. Heel toe. Find warrior two legs. Release that bind. Open it up. And then soften the right hand down. Frame that front foot. Come high on the back toes. Step it back. And we'll take our flow. As you're ready, other side. Inhale, right leg high. Sweep it through. Right away, find warrior two. Half bind, exalted warrior. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, side angle pose. Start to soften that right hand down. Left hand takes a half bind. And then taking that twist on the right hand, try and find that connection. Fingertips, maybe grabbing hold of your shirt, or even using a strap here. Open up through the chest. And then we'll get light on those toes. Heel toe that back foot forward. Stepping or hopping your way. Both feet facing forward, keeping the bind. Start to shift the weight over to the left foot. Come high on the big toes. Maybe you stay here, that's okay. Explore your edge. Breath in. As you exhale, press into the left foot. Lift up. Find your drishti. Option to stay here. Maybe press and extend that right leg. One last breath. And then soften down. Right foot down. Keep the bind. We'll step it back. Find warrior two legs. And then release that right hand and the left. Come high on the back toes. Frame that front foot. Step it back to your plank and take your flow. From downward facing dog, drop the knees. Big toes come to touch. Soften the hips to the heels. Find child's pose. Inhale to halfway lift. Start to press up into tabletop. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Inhale that left leg high to the sky. Exhale, draw the knee towards the back of the left wrist. Option to stay here with the leg tracking straight back if you have any issues through the knees, or start to shift the foot across your mat and then soften the hips down. Take a look behind you, extend that right leg long, pressing all 5 toes to your mat. We'll find pigeon pose. We'll take a few breaths lifted. Starting to slow the breath. Calm breath, calm body. Start to slowly soften the chest down. Wherever you land, see if you can connect your forehead. So maybe stacked fists or placing the palms on top of each other. Or maybe the forehead rests right on your mat. Connect and take 3 breaths. Press into the hands. Inhale to lift up. Go ahead and tuck those back toes. Press up into that 3-legged dog. And then soften the left foot down. Right leg lifts high. And then send the knee to the back of the wrist. Again, you can stay here, softening down, or send that foot across the mat. Soften the hips. Take a look back. Make sure the leg is extended straight. All 5 toes connected. We'll take a few breaths in this upright position. And then slowly begin to walk the hands down, softening the body. Connecting forehead to stacked fists or hands. Take 3 breaths. Start to press up, hands connect to your mat, tuck the back toes, lift the hips, 3-legged dog, and then soften down. Drop the knees down to your mat, shift the hips back, and then we'll go ahead and sit down, extending the legs long. Inhale, sweep the arms up. As you exhale, hinge at the hips, softening right away, round through the back body, tuck the chin. Let go in this forward fold. Last breath here. Slowly unwind, keeping the chin tucked, nice and round through the back body. Head coming up last. Draw the knees in, soles of the feet connect. And then hands can wrap around the big toes, actively pressing the knees down towards the mat. Lift up through the crown. Bound ankle pose. Take 2 more breaths. And release. Draw the knees up, plant the feet. Just shift the hips forward, making sure you have some space behind you. And then we'll slowly make our way to our back body. Go ahead and round the back, tuck the chin, and slowly, with control, see if you can lower all the way down. One last little bit of effort here. Allow the hands to rest, palms facing up. Plant the feet, bend the knees. We'll take 2 breaths. Draw the knees into the belly. Gentle compression here. Tuck the chin, press the tailbone down. Gentle squeeze, knees to chest. And then soften. Let's open the arms up, either a capital letter T shape or cactus arms. And then we'll slowly begin to soften both knees over to the left. Gentle twist. Soften that right shoulder down. Option to gaze over the right fingers. Left hand can gently guide that top knee down. Let's close the eyes. Come back to those deep belly breaths. We'll take one more breath, in and out. Inhale to gaze back to center. Lifting that right knee, left knee will follow. We'll pause in center for a breath. And then slowly soften the knees over to the right. Soften the left shoulder. Gaze over to the fingers. One more breath. Inhale your gaze to center. And then lift that left leg, right leg will follow. Pause here. Soften the feet down to the mat. And then we'll start to heel toe the feet together, opening the knees up. Reclined, bound ankle pose. Hands can rest on the belly or the left hand to the heart, right hand to the belly, or both arms overhead, palms connected. Close the eyes. We'll take 3 breaths here. Start to soften the hands to the belly. Press the feet down into the mat. And then as you're ready, make your way to your final resting pose of Shavasana. Taking up some space. Start to take any last little adjustments you need here. Finding a comfortable space. And finding stillness in your Shavasana. Close the eyes. Allow the body to get heavy. Feeling supported by your mat. And once the body has come into stillness, begin to soften the breath, allowing the breath to get quiet and drop into its natural state. No longer needing to control your breath in any way. Let go and drop down. And take rest here. Continuing to rest in your Shavasana pose for as long as you need, soaking up all the benefits and magic of your practice today. Thank you so much for joining me and allowing me to guide you through. The light in me is honored and bows to the light in each of you. Namaste.